We're in the middle of a talk show, my show, Late Night with Naomi Daily Podcast. Welcome. You new here?
Live from the city where every voice matters, this is the Naomi Daily Podcast Show. She's bold, stylish, and always ready to ask the questions everybody's thinking. Get ready for celebrity drama, real talk, viral stories, and unforgettable moments.
Thank you so much. It's perfect.
Here's your iced coffee latte, Naomi.
Thanks. How many seats is that going to hold for the audience?
I don't know, like 150?
Can you figure it? I would love to know. Thanks. Beautiful. You know what I mean? Something that gets fancy. I want all different celebrities on the show. We definitely have to do a different type of situation for my late night show. I want it bigger and better.
Of course! I'm so excited about this movie. It hits theaters very soon.
Tell me about your movie role.
It is a high-stakes pilot character.
How do you do your own personal stunts?
I train hard and stay focused.
How amazing is it?
It is absolutely incredible.
That man just say the war is over. Security, security. He lost his damn mind. What the hell is he talking about?
This is a very different movie for me. I kind of quite enjoyed the movie because it has a lot of suspense in it. I normally don't do that. I'm normally kind of like a reality star, so this is something new for me.
That is so great. I'm excited for you.
Show's about to start! Now, Naomi, walk out!
Welcome to the show. Let's get this show started. Tonight, we are taking things to a whole new level. Are you ready to have some fun? Are you ready to have some fun?
Welcome to the Late Night with Naomi podcast daily show that's my show, girl. And we have with us Kenya. How are you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
I'm such a huge fan of you, but you are from Atlanta Housewives, a show on Bravo, but not anymore because they wanted to be shady. Tell me about a girl that couldn't take this pretty. She's been in a lot of stuff, from guest star appearances on TV shows in the 90s to being in music videos. You got a long list, girl.
Yes, I do.
But you're most famous for Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I thought you were amazing in. You held your own in that show.
Yeah, thank you. I sure did.
Now, we'll get to the very reason why you're not on a show anymore later on in the shows, but I'm absolutely happy to have you here. I think you're fabulous. Gone with the Wind, fabulous. You didn't bring your fan today, girl. You know when you came on the season, you used to put a fan in people's face. Girl, right there. No, I didn't bring the fan today. Sorry. I do have to say, at one point, I did not like Andy, and now I don't like Andy even more.
I don't blame you. It's a lot of people at play, but I don't blame you.
It was just really shady, but we'll talk about it later. Before we get started, I definitely want to mention a few of the works that you have done over the years.
Right.
So you started modeling in 1993, and you became Miss USA. I'm sorry. In 1993, I was just a young chicken. She also placed top 6 in Miss Universal competition. Was that fun? It was absolutely fun. I had the time of my life doing that. A lot of work, but I had the time of my life, absolutely. So shortly after that, Kenya, you moved into acting and appeared in movies such as Waiting to Exhale, Senseless, Deliver Us from Eva. Yeah. The other ones I'm not familiar, but I would have to see them to know if I saw them before or not.
Yeah.
It's been such a long time. Some of them are like 20 years old.
Yeah.
And again, both of us are 20 years old. I mean, we look so 20. It's crazy, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you see this mug? Girl Beat took capacity. TV shows was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Parenthood, Jamie Foxx Show, Martin, Girlfriends. God, that's a long list. I love it. All shows I've seen, by the way. Who hasn't? Y'all see her over here being cocky, talking about who has it, girl? Apparently nobody. This devil is a liar. Because we know you've been in a lot of stuff. You don't have to remind us. It's okay. I've been in a lot of movies, a lot of commercial shows. I got a hair product line. I've been around Honey around the girl, but that was half a decade ago. Half of y'all ain't even alive anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm being so shady. Girl, you're just as old as me. Lies. Absolute lies. Yeah. I don't even think I was 10 years old when you won your first pageant. I'm just saying. Are you trying to call me out, or are you trying to call me old? Absolutely not. Never exaggerate. Never. We're about to move on to the topics. Give me a minute. I'm just messing with Kenya. Now, you said, girl, this was your real hair, right? Your real hair, girl. No touching. Well, you know, mine is a unit. Let me pull it back something for you so you can see. It's a unit, honey. It's a wig. I know. You are so shady. Girl, I love my hair. I wish I could grow it out, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to grow it out because I love wearing wigs. Girl, you could pull it off at any point in time you want. Girl, I just want to say, before we get into the show, I just want to say to my mother-in-law, congratulations that she's in America and she's spending time with my husband, Jay. Yeah. I've been super busy trying to put this episode out, but we're going to be sitting down tomorrow and having dinner together where we can can talk and catch up. I've been really busy doing this episode that I haven't had the time to even say hello, but don't worry about that. Let's get back to the show. You're a fan favorite, right, girl? And that's why I felt like you were a fan favorite on that show, because you're so funny and you read bitches to feel so true. You're absolutely right. Can I get a hug, girl? I'm such a huge fan of you. I'm honored that you're here. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm still hella mad that they did not bring you back on the show.
Yeah.
I'm like fuming, pissed, and the reason was so stupid. Tell me about it. Okay, we'll talk about this later, and let's get into these topics of the week, because we'll be here talking all day like girlfriends, and we don't got time. I want to say hello to all my followers, my subscribers, and my viewers and my audience. How are you guys? Welcome to Late Night with me and Kenya. The topics this week were very dry, so I had to really go digging for some good shit, but I think I brought it, so I'm going to deliver it. Feel free to grab anything off the table. Is for my viewers and my audience. It looks delicious. My favorite is the chocolate cake, and you can have everything else. Maybe I want a chocolate cake. Speaking on chocolate cake, is your psycho ex still stalking you? Because I know he was bought a line nut. Well, let's not talk about that, man. Please, Nightmare. Our first topic is about a influencer on the internet. I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, who was scamming old man out of their money. It was like a bait and switch for this influencer.
Yeah.
She would find rich, wealthy, older men that she can make them give her money or cards or jewelry. She was taking advantage and robbing these older gentlemen. But I'm saying to myself, damn, if she didn't put a gun up to their head, how was she robbing them if they're giving it to her? If the ass is lumpy and you trying to stump it, you gotta pay for it. Don't be a dummy. You gotta pay for the ass. If you got the cash now, I'll grab it real fast. Well, according to the good book of Don't Be a Dumb Hoe, it caught up to her and she got locked away, okay, in a cat box. She can't stay. Let's check this out.
Carolyn, and we have some new information that is just into our newsroom. Adva Levi, a.k.a. Mia Ventura, was out on her own recognizance after pleading not guilty to 6 felony counts earlier this year, but she was forced to wear an ankle monitor. The Beverly Hills Police Department tells us she will be in court tomorrow, and the L.A. County District Attorney's Office tells NBC4 tonight, since the judge has now revoked her bail, she will remain behind bars until a bail review hearing, and that is set for Friday. All of this after what we learned happened last night.
She's a social media influencer. She's appeared in Playboy and Penthouse and as an OnlyFans model. She's also been known to use several different names. The woman authorities call Adva Levi, a.k.a. Mia Ventura, arrested last night in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills police tell NBC4 she was arrested on a theft allegation out of Riverside County. The theft allegation is separate from the trouble the 29-year-old is already in, having pled in March not guilty to 6 felony counts. Prosecutors allege that from 2023 to 2025, Levi used dating apps and cultivated relationships to burglarize and steal from wealthy older men and younger women in Westlake Village, West Hollywood, Los Angeles, and Beverly Hills. She is accused of posing as a girlfriend and travel companion to gain access to victims' homes and then stealing cash, gold, and high-end designer items. When NBC4 first began to investigate the allegations, a Las Vegas podcaster told us Levi was not only a guest on his show, but an alleged thief, claiming Mia Ventura used her appearance to slip into the backstage green rooms to steal from other guests.
At the 45-minute mark, she gets up and she goes into the green room where all the girls have left their purses, and she proceeds to, for probably the next 23 minutes, maybe a little shorter than that, she goes, rummages through all their purses, she gets cash and credit cards out, and then she comes back on the show.
And NBC4 also looked into the felony case against her fiancé.
Well, let me jump in here real quick and say, first of all, there's no ass there because she's too skinny. Yeah. And whoever threw money at a bitch that looked like that, good luck. But it makes absolute sense why she is a klepto and a thief, because she knows she's ugly. Y'all just didn't see it. I'm just saying. They saw something, they gave her money. Maybe she used AI to get herself into the front door. Who the hell knows? But honey, even in that red dress, if not giving, I thought the same thing.
LA billionaire Steve Klubeck, accused of attempting to intimidate witnesses in Levi's theft case. Charges his lawyer told us are false. Steve Klubeck was also a major supporter of Eric Swalwell in his run for governor, making headlines when he confirmed to NBC4 Swalwell was holed up in his Beverly Hills mansion when his campaign imploded.
I was very concerned for his mental health, okay? and I made sure he was okay. He's not here. He has left. I have no idea where he went, but he needed a couple of hugs. Okay.
Once again, Adva Levy was arrested last night in Beverly Hills for a theft in Riverside County. We have reached out to the Riverside County District Attorney's Office for details, but have not yet heard back. She was also arrested for a violation of a court order. The specifics we still don't have. For now, I'm Robert Kovacic. Carolyn, more to come.
Oh, indeed, Robert. Thank you.
Well, if you understood that last part, write in the comment and tell me what the hell they were talking about. Because for a minute, I didn't even think they were talking about her anymore. That's what my show's for. When the shit is confusing, we could both look at each other and say, what the fuck was that? I have no clue.
Yeah.
True, I'm confused still. All I have to say about this is, I hope y'all can claim that back in taxes, honey, because to let that girl in your house and she be stealing your stuff, and all you feeling is bone while you're throwing it back, no, ma'am, you can't get your money back. Maybe you can claim it on taxes, shady bitch. Okay, our next topic is everybody's favorite old 150-year-old man, honey, that loves to tell lies and have a full tantrum when nobody believes that, y'all. Even though I gotta say, baby got back is getting back and whack to that back. Right. What I'm saying is, the Pampers is getting heavier. Well, according to the good sources, they said he had a full tantrum, a full meltdown, a whole screaming match at his attorney who dropped the charges of that. You know the reflecting pools incident where he thought random people climbed into a full dirty-ass pool that sits in the sun collecting algae, that one where the court wasn't having it and threw the shit out? He's blaming that botched face female lawyer of his. No, not Nikki, the other one, the old bitch. He was pissed at her. I guess he was expecting for her to lie with delusion and capitalism, living the same way he does while wearing a diaper, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that crock of shit that he stirred up and that shitty mac and cheese, he was delivering to his cult leaders and posse. Yeah, nobody was buying it and the judge do it out of court and he is mad. He's so mad. He's mad to the point where his toopy wig glue won't stay on. Yeah. And that shit just stays sliding off. Yeah. That's how mad he is.
President Trump is not happy with his favorite U.S. attorney. The administration spent the last month blaming vandals for damage to the reflecting pool that Trump spent $14 million of taxpayer money to upgrade. But late Friday afternoon, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro dropped charges against a 67-year-old Olympian canoeist and said the real culprit was a, quote, botched installation. In an even more extraordinary move, she accused the Interior Department of misleading federal prosecutors. Within hours, Trump posted, quote, I disagree 100% with Pirro, and says, I don't know what she was thinking. It was a pure case of vandalism. My excellent panel is back. This is wild. What a story. And it is real life. It is. Kristen, you cover the White House. What?
You know what I feel is vandalism? Whoever has to wash them underwear after he's done using them, that's vandalism. Yeah. I feel sorry for the woman who washed his clothes. Yeah. Shitty kitty, who wants to be part of that commit? It's like you really actually believe somebody's gonna climb in that water. We were unbothered before he got in here. We unbothered now like Stitch. I need a tension old ass down somewhere. It's pathetic at this point. Yeah. Just like your best friend BFF Nikki, who's 3 steps to a 6th-floor padded room, because that bitch absolutely psycho. Y'all see that video? Crazy? She crazy?
What are you hearing about how Trump is gonna respond?
He's incredibly angry.
Is he going to dump Pirro?
It's unclear. What we've seen this time around is it takes a little bit more to actually get him to fire somebody than it did the first time around. But if he is calling you out by name and saying that he 100% disagrees with you, I will just remind you of our reporting a week or two ago when Wright signed this deal with Saudi Arabia, this nuclear deal that President Trump was not briefed on. He was livid at Chris Wright. His team was livid at Chris Wright. Trump thinks he should be the one, if there's any kind of deal being made, that he gets to be the one to announce it. He was asked in the Oval Office if he was mad, and he brushed off the question multiple times. He has started doing that, even when he is very mad. If he is writing on Truth Social that he is 100% in disagreement with you, you are in a very bad place with the president.
Because the administration spent weeks trying to convince the American public that there was actual vandalism, including Jeanine Pirro. Listen.
And vandalism, no, vandals. We have I think 290, 300-foot slit right through it, probably a box cutter or a knife of some kind.
This is a case with tremendous evidence, and this is a case where the evidence dictates where we land.
It peeled off. Why? Why did that happen? Do you know?
It didn't peel off. There was vandalism. There was box cutters. There have been 7 arrests. There was people literally trying.
It's the old ones that amaze me, right? Not y'all outside of this party. I'm talking about the ones inside the party in STEM who are the most cuckoo, like how he's saving that hairline that we can see through his hair scalp. Oh, they can say anything and believe it like they know that shit ain't true. Cut the fucking shenanigans. Better yet, spell vandalize, spell. Corporate, even better, spell box cutter. Shut your ass up. Old ass should know better. They were talking that crazy ass shit until he got up in there. Now they believe anything his delusional 3 centimeter from dementia ass gives out on a daily basis.
To destroy part of a monument.
He doesn't get more loyal than Jean Pirro.
Right. And so to me, what's striking is how bad did what she received and what she reviewed refute what she had been saying for her to take the extraordinary step, not just of dropping the charges, but saying that the Interior Department had misled the U.S. Attorney's Office. Like, for her to go out there and say that, for her to completely reverse course, for her to openly contradict the Trump administration means to me that it was really bad behind the scenes and that she really feels like she had no choice but to protect her own integrity, her own license, or, you know, her own livelihood, so to speak, by saying, nope, I'm not going any further with this.
That was just, this is what she said, Elliot. It was not until USAO DC repeatedly reached out to DOI, Interior Department, dozens and dozens of times that the DOI slowly started trickling information to the U.S. Attorney in DC. Had the Department of Interior been forthcoming with the information clearly in its possession, the government would not have sought a grand jury indictment. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Manu, I have not. That is vicious to put in a court pleading. And quite frankly, they did not have to. This was one cabinet department, or at least one sub-cabinet department, throwing another under the bus. She really went after. Other language is DOI, Department of the Interior, provided less than fulsome information about the case. They are saying, and you know the interesting thing is, you played a series of clips about people saying there was vandalism. Maybe there was vandalism at some point. You know the one place that it was never established that there was vandalism? In a court. Never once did the U.S. Attorney's Office come forward and say that this person maliciously, which is the word used in the statute, maliciously intended to destroy government property. Nowhere was that ever presented to a court. It's just the president and the secretary just simply throwing it out there into the world. And so that filing, and I would urge all Americans to read it, it's only about 10 pages long, is really a remarkable exercise in members of government sniping at each other behind the scenes because they were misled.
But also it's for survival.
And speaking of survival, this is Doug Burgum posting just yesterday. He says, we also provided the U.S. Attorney's Office expert and eyewitness testimony to the damage done by vandals and provided every piece of evidence they asked for in the requested timeline detailing each area of damage at the pool. He's siding with Trump. Perhaps not surprisingly.
God, we have senior level officials of the President of the United States, the Interior Secretary, the U.S. Attorney for D.C. spending.
You know, they're saying that was video of this and witnesses, but the good thing about video is you can actually press play, or are you too old to know that? I know y'all are unfamiliar by hitting play on your iPhones and tablets, but it's easy. Just use your finger and hit on the button just like this, and it makes the video move. It's even better if you have proof, tell them to put it on VCR so you can put it in a contact player, and then we can see your evidence. If there's evidence, get out of here. Y'all are wasting people's time with your old man cracker shit. The real problem is, and I'm not talking shit, I'm talking facts, is when something comes out. Your mouth is called fat check it, bitch. If anybody should know that, it should be you, because you're fat. So check it. I mean, the way your ass is looking old and be withered, and trust me, there's some people your age. I don't even look like your ass. You get a body like that when your soul is rotten from the inside out. Patti LaBelle is 82 years old. She's older than him by a year, and he fucking looks like that. Okay, that's my point, evil bitches. Get it the worst. You're welcome and thank you. Look, I did the whole pageant wave. Reason why we're talking about Miss Botch Body Nikki, and she has something to do with making this encrypted video about Dr. Fauci. Like, she can comment on anything about health at all at this point. Yeah. Y'all can stop at Nikki for me, her making an opinion about health when she got all that shit up in that body. Mm-hmm. You're joking, right? She is a walking dynamite. Okay, a botches, silicone cement, whatever the hell they put in there to give her what she wanted, and she got the nerve to talk about health. Y'all are kidding me, right? Or are we dreaming? Is she gonna stop making a fool out of herself at some point in time? Like, girl, you were into men who would rather a whole kitty cat puss over you. and you said, yep, let's walk down the aisle together. Yep. If you don't get your outdated ass, I want to wear and impersonate Lil' Kim to hide my career ass down somewhere, bitch. She'll be slapped from here to yesterday. I wasn't threatening. I'm just saying, listen what's next. She's going to be teaching us how to eat cookies from Girl Scouts because she got lessons. From the Cookie and the Monster himself, you know, what can you say? He likes cookies. He went to jail for eating kitties, and then you married him, and then all of a sudden, now you want to be the sponsor of Girl Scout. Oh, she need to keep her damn mouth shut because what she think is a read ain't a read. She wouldn't know what fundamental was if that was also an injection in her ass from IthinkItWiggles.com. Let's see this encrypted video where she's going on and on about absolutely whatever the fuck that was. I think she thought it was a read. I'm believing she thought it was a read, but girl, it's retarded at best. Yeah.
Dear Diary, well, the press is hot for me. They say I'm sexier than Tyra Banks. Julia Roberts gasped when she saw how handsome I was. Brad Pitt played me on SNL. Never mind that I set millions of children back years on their education. Never mind that the elderly are alone and afraid, dying by themselves. Yeah, the press is hot for me. They're really hot for me. I'm coining terms like Fauci ouchie. I've got bobbleheads. And if anyone asks questions, me and my gang ruins their lives. I'm writing an autobiography. I think I'm gonna call it Fauci ouchie.
First of all, clown, let me start with, Dear Diary means it's supposed to not be shared. Yeah. That's the point of writing in your diary, twat. I don't know why you would even mention impersonating at this point in time in your career when that's what you did to get your ass famous to begin with. You're talking about yourself in the third person. Was that swoop that you did with your hair supposed to be giving doll baby? I believe she thought it was cute. I'm sure of that. She's talking about Julia, she's talking about Brad, like she calling herself a him. Like these people don't know you on a personal level, girl. They know you for laying on the ground and talking about an anaconda when you were somewhat less crazy. Yeah. Fauci Uchi is what the hell you said when you had to lay on your ass for 8 hours while they stuck you with injections. You sat over there trying to rhyme like your raps, but you're corny as hell, girl. Get your ghostwriter, you're better when you have them.
Speaking of trusted messengers, pop star Nicki Minaj tweeted yesterday that she's not vaccinated, she's doing her own research, and then she shared an anecdote I found rather unbelievable, to be honest, about alleged side effects that her cousin's friend supposedly experienced in Trinidad. I wouldn't normally even ask you about this, but Nicki Minaj has nearly 180 million followers on Twitter and Instagram combined. She's beloved by her fans. She's a huge talent, obviously. Her tweet was seized upon by vaccine opponents as some sort of evidence. I want you to address what she said, because for anyone out there who has any questions about this, Dr. Fauci, is there any evidence that the Pfizer, the Moderna, or the J&J vaccines cause any reproductive issues in men or women?
The answer to that, Jake, is a resounding no. There's no evidence that it happens, nor is there any mechanistic reason to imagine that it would happen. So the answer to your question is no.
How can health authorities even attempt to combat this kind of misinformation coming from somebody who is a huge and beloved international star like Nicki Minaj?
It's very difficult. There is a lot of misinformation, mostly on social media, and the only way we know to counter mis and disinformation is to provide a lot of correct information and to essentially debunk these kinds of claims, which, may be, innocent on her part. I'm not, blaming her for anything, but she should be thinking twice about propagating information that really has no basis except a one-off anecdote, and that's not what science is all about.
You can't tell a bitch nothing this day and time. Yeah. I'm telling you, 1 minute they're on stage talking shit and saying that a certain person and their wife are assholes. Yeah. The next minute she's laying on her back saying, yeah, daddy, for a green card. I mean, people do not have any backbones anymore. They'll do anything. You keep doing what you're doing, Falk, and making sure the ones who's logical and have a brain instead of a peanut, you can keep us safe. Allegedly. But anyways, it's like Fauci has a degree. Who's listening to a person who has a degree for everything else nobody's trying to do today or when they're dead?
Yeah.
Absolutely curious to know when people started going from Rapaho, chick the certified surgeon doctor with a degree. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Damn, if she could do it, I could do it too. No shade, but then again, if we all had a safari, who is writing our raps? I think we would be in the same shoes. I'm just saying, I write my own shit. I don't have a safari. I create my own shit. Thank you. But let's move on to our next story. Ariana, she's been flying through the industry real hard. I like Miss Ariana, but apparently she's taken a step back from the public role of being a superstar because a lot of people are questioning her weight, her size, and her just looking unhealthy. I discussed this as well with Kelly P9 Osborne a while ago, and that's my girl, don't get me wrong, but I kind of was looking at her a little bit sideways too because she's very, very, very thin.
Yeah.
You know, but I can see it from her side of things as well, especially when, you know, you're the type of person that kind of fluctuate through weight all your life. When you actually get to kind of your goal weight, it's more like, I don't want to go back to being unhappy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of unfortunate because when you're Lizzo, you're too big or too fat.
Yeah.
But when you're Ariana, it's like, oh, I want to either be like her. That's the weight where they're saying, oh, she got fat. She doesn't look the same. I don't know how I feel about that weight until she's too skinny. Then she's too skinny. I don't like that. It's just too much. There's like, I'm pretty sure when they're working on a movie or something, they get into really good shape. But when they're not doing anything and they want to just be themselves, that's their unhealthy weight.
Yeah.
And I get it. So sometimes I just kind of want to relax, go on vacation, put their cell phones and their tablets down and kind of relaxing and get away from all that noise. Let's check it out, this video.
Media. This is really interesting. So yesterday we told you that Ariana's rep had said that she was going to step back from the public eye. And the words of the rep were essentially because of public scrutiny surrounding her appearance. Now, that's not code. The appearance, as you're looking at there, is that she looks really thin. And a lot of people have commented on that. A lot of people are alarmed. Some people have been really kind of brutal about it. But there are, and this just blows my mind to even talk about this, but there are pro-anorexia websites and chat rooms where they put that picture up of her looking very, very thin with the word goals. And that's crazy. That's just crazy, but it's happening. And there are a lot of people who are reacting to it, who are recoiling from the pictures. And the rep came out and said she wants no part of this. As soon as the tour is over, she's going to step back. She's going to cancel some of the things she was going to do. Well, Ariana performed last night. And try and make sense of this, but she is saying something totally the opposite of what her rep said.
The announcement that was made yesterday was not a reactive or impulsive thing. It is something that I had decided. It's a plan that I had quietly made a long time ago. And it's a decision that was made from a thoughtful and empowered place. And I want you to know that many things can be true at the same time. I heard that my parents were worried that negativity was ruining things for me. But I just have to say, that could not be more opposite. Multiple things can be true at the same time. Boundaries can need to be set. Can need a break sometimes. And also, this can be and will continue to be the greatest experience of my professional career. No matter what noises exist out there, nothing will ever be able to distort my reality or be more real to me or louder to me than this love that we share.
With all due respect, she is all over the place. That on the one hand, she's saying more than one thing can be true at the same time, which is true. But in this case, no, because either this was a quick decision made after all of these comments regarding her latest music video where she looks thin, or it was pre-planned and has nothing to do with it. But both of those things cannot be true. And then she kind of goes on to say that nothing's going to distort my reality. But what people are saying is her reality is being distorted because of what they're seeing.
1,000%. And Harvey, you're pretty much hitting the nail on the head. Two things can't be true at once. I think what happened is Maybe there was talks about her pausing because, like you said, she's been out there since Wicked 1, Wicked 2. She's got Meet the Fockers coming out. She was supposed to be in another movie. She just dropped out of that. She had her tour, her album. So she's been out there. So maybe there was talks about it. But then when that music video dropped and you see visibly Ariana Grande looking and seeing bones that you've never seen before in her shoulders and her sternum, when you're seeing these bones and then the reaction that she got was no longer a lot of fans like saying, we stand by Rihanna. It's now we're concerned for Ariana. Even Jamil Jill said, we could be possibly watching her dying right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, and when she says that my reality is not distorted, that's the dividing line. Is it or is it not? And I mean, look, the fact that people are commenting generally doesn't mean that they're going after her. No. They're concerned about her.
Most of our chat is saying that this was kind of a silly decision by her and her team to announce this big break anyways, and that she should have just gone and taken a break and not said anything and gotten healthy and then came back. Because now it's become an event.
But you're saying gotten healthy. The issue is, does she consider herself to be healthy right now? And when you listen to that,
she doesn't. And then makes it even worse too when you see her mother coming out and commenting on the music video where everyone's saying she looks drastically sick, and her mom says, "I love the music video. I love you. You're magnificent." Basically,
although you don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Behind closed, but to say that publicly, you shouldn't even be. If she's sick and she needs help, don't make it seem like it's okay publicly to the other fans and all these other people that are watching that.
And this is like,
I completely agree on both sides of the spectrum on this one, but TMZ lately been very hella messy. We'll get into that more on next week's episode, but I'm just letting y'all know they get on my nerves.
Yeah.
But it seems like she still has that Wicked movie voice. You notice that? Like she still has it.
Yeah, I can definitely hear it too. Maybe she still thinks she's her.
I did see that video about a week ago. It's a cute video, but it did kind of make you look like that's too skinny light when you're starting to look like a stick and it's not cute. I hope you get better, girl. I like you either way, and you have an amazing voice and you're very talented, especially with the whole acting, so don't stop doing that. Just go lick another donut. Wait, what did I say? Was that too soon? Was that too soon? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was too soon.
Oh my God, I love donuts. What kind chocolate?
And I'm not making light up the situation because I used to have an issue myself, which you will all understand later on my Naomi talk show, but I'm just saying too thin is not a good look. I learned that the hard way. Listen to this next topic. It's kind of funny to me because I don't know if they were trying to rise us up or make us laugh. Mr. Baby Oil himself got into a fight behind bars and now it's locked up in solitary confinement. Only reason I say that is because remember in the documentary where they said this man can't fight, like literally he does sneak shots or send people to take other people out allegedly who he fighting behind. The only thing that I can see is him saying hold him down and then the guy fighting with him because he don't want to be baby oiled, if you know what I mean. But I don't see him fighting nobody. The word on the street is he was up in prison scrapping and he ain't gonna be in there for much more longer, so I don't know why the hell he would be fighting. He was doing so great. Y'all see his salty pepper white hair, ain't no hair dye in prison. Yeah, but can you send some of your hair products? You can't help a brother out. Absolutely not. I don't got that type of hair products. I don't have baby oil in my ingredients.
Well, the aftermath of that fight that Diddy got into in prison last week, it means that his life in prison has changed quite a bit because we've seen, since he's been in last October, since he's been at Fort Dix, we've seen photos and videos of him sort of interacting with other inmates and seeming like he's getting along well there.
He was interacting again a week or so
when
ago.
He got into that fight.
Not in a good way.
So now he is in what they call the SHU, or the Special Housing Unit. It's also called the Hole.
It is
solitary confinement. And the conditions are not pleasant at all. He gets very few items, and he also sees people twice a week at most, and maybe only once a week. And one of those people is a doctor. So this is not a great social situation for him.
He is truly isolated. But I think bigger than solitary confinement is post-prison. Number one, I don't think he's going to get any time off for good time. This is going to do it for him. He's going to, I think, serve the full sentence. The bigger thing is that he has been on this contrition tour even during the trial, where he said he was taking anger management classes, where he said that he had reflected.
Yes.
And I think this goes to what his life is going to be like afterward. And is he a changed man? And look, there may be reasons you get into fights in prison, but that's not what the general public knows. They just think Oh, he was a bad boy again.
No, but when you go to prison at the same time and you are a high-profile person, the public also knows that people in prison attack them. They come for them for that reason, to get clout, to get hard, to be known in the prison as like that person that beat up Diddy.
But
like
isn't that part of
street cred in the
isn't that
jail.
part of good behaviors that you de-escalate things instead of escalating? And yeah,
right,
that
but
might
if
mean
someone's
that you
physically coming to you, you have to defend yourself.
Yes, if someone physically attacks you, then you got to defend yourself.
Okay, and then the issue is, can you then convince the warden that it was self-defense and that I really didn't do anything other than protect myself? But apparently that didn't happen here. All I'm saying,
because he's in the hole now.
Right,
so.
and they could have said it was self-defense, and therefore we're not going to put you in solitary, but they didn't feel that way. So
and
all
it's probably based on not just on video. I'm sure the warden went back and looked at video. What happened?
That's right. So my only point is that, you know, how many passes do you give him if you really had? I mean, everybody had problems with the video of him and Cassie, but beyond that, there was testimony. And he was found not guilty on the serious stuff, but people still heard it. And he talked about changing. And I think this hurts him.
You feel like
I think it hurts
you
him.
feel one prison fight takes away all of the other things that he said, even if he is in anger management, even if he is rehabilitating himself.
Is
the
something
one
that
fight
actually happened,
right,
as opposed to the other things.
But you don't think it's
he was talking about.
right. Right, but you don't think it's something if it's like a reoccurring thing in prison.
Listen, they wanted to backtrack on Cassie in that case. Think she was just as guilty of him, but you can't change a bad boy's behavior. That man is everything and more, and not in a good way. I bet money on it. He'll be back out doing the same shit he did when he went in, just to prove everyone right he got a complex issue. That's the problem. Let me put my stack of money on the table. There's some people that are born with talent, and there are some people who are just fortunate to be around talent. That's how I feel about him. He's fortunate to have met the right people. And his real daddy ain't here no more. You know, he left the building like a month ago, Clive, so I don't know what the hell he gonna do now. Good luck, because the albums was not doing it. I think you and I are together are too shady. This episode is turning out to be shady, honey. I love it. Me too. We're telling the truth. What's the problem with the truth? Next topic, we're almost done with the topics, guy. Usher. He kind of threw shade at a woman who shade him on stage at his concert, at that girl. Y'all remember that girl? Well, I was supposed to play this video last week, but it completely got written off on accident. But it was this girl who didn't want any part of being brought on the stage on Usher's act. What happened was the girl was told that she would either come on for Chris or Usher on the act to kind of be like a dancer for that performance. She ended up getting Usher and was like, I'm not feeling this shit. And it showed, so Usher kind of like booted her off stage. It was crazy. So since then, he kind of got his, since we last video y'all saw in that video, this first video shows him bringing another girl on that appreciated him. And so it was kind of like a clap back towards the girl. Let's check this out, the 2-in-1 video.
I don't think she wanted to be on the stage.
Called up on stage. Her name is Gabrielle Cheyenne, and she is joining us right now to explain what was going on in her head and why the fans are giving her such a hard time. All right, so
why weren't you into it?
It wasn't that I was into it. I was approached first and upgraded to VIP, and they don't give you any instructions on who, what, when, where, or how.
They didn't tell you they were going to pull you on stage?
They told me that it was a possibility of me going on stage, but they didn't confirm that until it was closer to time for me to go on stage. And of course, you're getting to go up on stage. Why would I decline that? People are pulling the narrative that I'm in a relationship or whatever the case may be. No one can tell me the reasoning as to why I said yes to getting on stage. But you also don't know who you're going on stage for or with.
I'm going to kind of pick up what you put down there. You said, I didn't know who I was going to be pulled up on stage with. The way I see it, there are two people. There's Usher and there's Chris Brown. And that means that you were banking on Chris Brown and you got Usher and you would have been more into it with Chris Brown. Am I reading this right?
Me solely, I went to the concert for Chris Brown. It's nothing against Usher or anything like that, but I'm more of a Chris Brown fan than I am of Usher. So, of course, it would have been a different reaction with Chris Brown. It wouldn't have been the stiffness or whatever the internet is portraying.
So you, after what happened, some of the fans were getting on you, saying you had no business being on stage. I thought your response to them was interesting. You explained that their team approached you and moved you to VIP before the show even started, and then you said, "Pretty privileges, something you hoes will never know about."
That post specifically was directed towards my city, which is why in that same post you see chat, which means Chattanooga, which is directed towards my city because my city is a crab in a bucket city. They were on the internet calling me out of my name.
Don't say that about Chattanooga. It's a beautiful place.
It's the truth. They were going ballistic on me, which is crazy because anything in Chattanooga, or if somebody does something that they don't get to experience, they just go ballistic if it's not how they would have done.
Except that you got to know that there were a lot of Usher fans there too, and probably in Chattanooga as well. And in a way, you kind of dissed Usher.
That's
Usher.
Which is fine that they can feel away, but you also can't tell me about my experience.
So if they had said to you, "We're going to move you to VIP, and we want you to be part of the show when Usher is up there," would you have said, "No, thank you"?
Yeah, I would have said no. I would have said no. It was never my intention to rile all these people up and ruin the moment or everything under the sun that they're saying.
But you enjoyed the Chris Brown part of the show?
I did not even enjoy Usher. It's nothing against Usher. I mean, I've been listening to his music since I was a little girl. I know his music, but I can prefer one artist over the other.
She know Chris Brown likes light skin and women, so she was going on there for ultimate motive, maybe to get some more action in real life. I'm assuming, allegedly. Out of all them women, she was lucky enough to get on the stage with at least one of them bitch be grateful. I can't stand women like that. That's just so picky, and opportunities that a lot of them women in that crowd did not get. Regardless of what she felt was going to happen, she know it was a 2-in-1 show. You would either get Usher or Chris. Don't try to act like either one of them are better than the other. I don't know why girls like her, like the crazy one, I guess she was waiting for him to go into one of his psycho mode and beat her ass on stage. I think she would have been into it. Because if we're going to do that, then Usher pay the way, and I think he's quite talented and can sing and not bad on the looks, especially for his age. Now, black don't crack. FYI, if you wasn't sure why your city was mad at you because you were that 1% out of all of those women that came from your city, they don't care about you personally. You stole their moment. That's what they care about. Okay, let's move on to our next topic. This next topic is very sensitive. We had another shooting over the weekend. I'm so tired of this stuff. And the worrying thing is we used to have it a lot, but it was like so far in between. But lately, since his half got into this house and changed our country, it got far, far worse for us. That's just how I feel. Absolutely. So let's check this video out and we'll come right back here and discuss a little bit about this.
Yeah, that's so sad.
A deadly shooting at a fast food restaurant. 3 people killed, 7 wounded. And tonight here, the dramatic video showing armed bystanders opening fire, trying to get the gunman to stop in Twin Falls, Idaho. Trevor Ault is there tonight.
Tonight, investigators are searching for the motive in this Idaho mass shooting.
What's happening? What happened? What's happening?
Shoot! 3 people killed, 7 injured outside an In-N-Out restaurant in this crowded shopping center.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Police have identified the suspect as 24-year-old Chad Williams, seen here dressed in black, armed with a long gun.
Multiple people down.
Hundreds of people running for cover as the shots rang out, but investigators say 2 men, an off-duty state trooper, and this man, 35-year-old Jordan Salinas, fired back.
I peeked around the right-hand side of that sign closest to the road, and that's where I saw the individual with his rifle pointed at the vehicles.
Authorities believe those heroic actions drove the shooter from the scene and likely saved lives.
He seemed unusually comfortable aiming that rifle at those cars, and then as soon as some rounds started coming at him, everything changed. Immediately, all that bravado he had immediately crumbled.
This In-N-Out had opened just a week prior. The company says one of their workers was killed while caring for customers. Christopher Claunch was also killed. His sister telling the New York Times he'd worked at a recovery center helping people with addiction, and his partner said he loved traveling, cooking, and the outdoors. We also spoke to Lindsay Tangy, who found several of the victims at the scene.
This is just not our community. None of us expected this.
And David, that hero civilian Jordan told me along with him there were dozens of people who jumped in to help with first aid, and all of that action very likely saved lives. David.
All right, Trevor, I know you'll have much more from that hero tomorrow on GMA. Thank you.
That's absolutely not. It's crazy. I don't know why this keeps happening, but shit is really off of hinges lately, and it's so unfortunate that people keep getting hurt. Yeah. Okay, this is the last topic, and then we're going to commercial, and then we'll come back. We'll be sitting down with Miss Kenya to discuss Bravo and her departure from Atlanta House. So have you ever heard of an adult store? Yeah. You know where they sell adult items for adults, but it really being masked for something else? And they were selling adult stuff. They give them an award for originality. At least this part is different. You know what I mean? They chose an adult store. You know, because normally when they crack down on these situations, it's always in a massage parlor. Yeah. You know what I mean? So this one is actually an adult store. This is quite different. The police have been tailing this place for a minute because they've been hearing from the grapevine that they were smelling human trafficking. But the human trafficking part is what makes the story bad, you know, because nobody deserves to be scooped up and used for whatever these people think they can do with these people. It's effing wrong. So I'm glad they found a place. Let's check this out.
Raid that happened at this adult business in Northwest Dallas. This actually happened back in February. We were there when it happened, but today, the new info. Federal authorities now announcing the indictments of 8 people. They are calling it one of their biggest human trafficking cases they've ever worked, and it involves thousands of potential victims. Mercedes Holguin to bring us up to speed.
Officials say this adult bookstore has served as a front for one of the longest running sex trafficking operations in North Texas. Investigators have spent more than 3 years working to uncover this and arrest those people behind this operation.
For more than 2 decades, the Paris bookstore in Dallas allegedly operated under the guise of a legitimate business while functioning as an illicit brothel.
8 people involved with operations at the Paris adult bookstore have been charged with conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. Some face additional charges. In February, authorities raided the business on Harry Hines Boulevard in Northwest Dallas.
The front of the store did sell novelty items, but the back consisted of locked hallways and rentable rooms used to facilitate commercial sex acts and human trafficking. According to the indictment, Paris profited by renting out these rooms and charging additional fees for access.
The investigation revealed that over the course of the business's existence, thousands of adults and minors were sold for commercial sex.
In one of those instances, investigators say it led to the death of an Army veteran who had become a trafficking victim.
In 2024, one of the victims identified during this investigation was kidnapped from the Paris bookstore and brutally murdered by a commercial sex customer.
Officials say the suspect in that case was sentenced to life in prison last year. For many years, Harry Hines has had an association with suspected sex trafficking, something Tanya Stafford is well aware of.
Texas is number 2 in trafficking. DFW we have the highest numbers of calls. We have the highest numbers of rescues. We have the highest numbers of busts.
Stafford runs a human trafficking advocacy organization called It's Going to Be Okay and says this work.
Okay, so we'll be back right after these commercials. We're going to take a commercial break, so come right back here with us because we're going to be talking to Kenya when we returned our little sit down. Hey, I'm Kenya, and you're watching Late Night with Naomi, the daily podcast show. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. You don't want to miss updates or more celebrities like myself. Bye.
Hey guys, this is Jay from the Morning News, and I'm here to tell you what we bring with the news. So first of all, we bring the news.
Another deadly ICE shooting in Houston this week. A Mexican man who had been living in the U.S. for decades got shot because he looked like the person they were looking for. A wild black bear in Anchorage, Alaska, shocked shoppers by casually wandering inside a busy mall to steal a fresh peach.
Oh my gosh, look at that! Is that a real bear?
A high school junior in Topeka, Kansas, convinced the driver of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile to give his group a ride to prom.
Next stop, prom!
Woohoo! This is the coolest ride there is.
From the news, we go to the weather with the Weather Girl to get the latest weather reports for you guys.
Hey guys, it's me, Mimi, the Weather Girl, here to bring you all the weather. Like a severe storm system slammed into Chile. Over 125 million Americans across the U.S. and Canada are facing air quality alerts as thick smoke from Canadian wildfires drifts into some major cities.
Then from the weather, we go to the latest sports all around the world. The coach of England's soccer team announced he will remain with the England national team to lead them into Euro 2028, despite their semi-final exit. I am here today to confirm that I will remain as the head coach of England. I will lead the team into Euro 2028, no matter what. Stage 13 of the Tour de France wrapped up with GC contenders trading blows as the race entered its final stretch. All the news will be on a weekly basis every Wednesday, and that will be all the news from all around the world every Wednesday. So if you like the news how I bring it, come and check it out, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay up to date and get the latest news.
Hey girl, you don't mind if I borrow some of your jewelry and some of your gowns, because it was given the walls. What? Why are y'all looking at me like that?
Yeah.
And I can go anywhere on the Naomi Talk Show. Hey y'all, I'm Naomi and this is Tony, and of course you're on the set of Naomi Talk Show, and we're in the middle of a cooking segment. We were trying desserts.
Yeah, you heard it right.
Desserts. Well, if you love food, then Naomi Talk Show is the place for you. I have food segments all through season 2 and 3. Normally I'm in the kitchen with my chef. I called him Chef Gorgeous. But today's episode, I'm in here with the handsome Tony. You know, OnlyFans Tony.
You have another name. It's just Tony. You can just call me Tony Naomi.
Okay, OnlyFans Tony.
Oops. I'm so sorry.
No problem. My talk show, the Naomi Talk Show premiere, is every Monday. So be here. What else you gonna do on Monday? You want the drama? I serve it on a platter. Isn't that right, my audience? So I guess I'll see you here on Monday, because you know you love me. What is a Naomi Talk Show, baby? Woo. Thank you, OnlyFans, Tony. Oh, and part 1 and part 2 of my interview with Tony, this guy here, OnlyFans Tony, is available now. Check it out.
Get into the office immediately.
Okay, Captain. What the hell am I using this gun for? Who wants a piece of me?
This next mission is top tier. You screw this up, you will never see a mission again in your lives. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Get it done. Mission starts now.
This is too easy.
Does anyone want to try a gun?
Absolutely.
I didn't mean in this quarters.
Oops, sorry.
I know you heard the whisper.
What about me?
What about you?
Hey, that's not fair.
Life's not fair.
You know you all about that green, so come and see me.
Alright, let's see what you got. Whoa, slow down. Wait, where'd you go?
You need to be faster than that. This is really good. It could be a lot warmer, but it's really good.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? You are really heavy. Aren't you supposed to be a superhero?
Weight shouldn't be a problem.
Do you want me to drop you?
You wouldn't dare.
I'll handle these 5.
Look at you walking up the streets with your head.
I got this one!
This one is so cool.
I'm gonna finish it. I told you when I see you.
No! Don't hit that button!
And I'm gonna knock that job. And trust me,
What are we watching?
Of course, my movie on YouTube, Naomi Who. Do you not see my billboard? That's me. I'm on the wall. I look great, right?
Why am I not on the poster? I'm also in the movie.
But you're not the lead. I'm the lead.
That's not fair.
It's out July 31st. I'll see you soon, guys. See my movie on YouTube.
Okay, we're back from a small commercial, and we're gonna jump right into the trailer of the week, the movie of the week. It is still Naomi Who. My movie will be playing this week and next week still, so let's check it out. It has amazing reviews. It's an action-packed superhero movie that I think you guys will love. The movie you will love, I promise you, I'm not boasting over here, but it's a badass movie. Yeah. In a good way. Let's check it out.
Hey, it's the movie of the week.
Excuse me?
It's Late Night with Naomi. Didn't you know? Enough of this chatty Paul stuff. Let's get back to the base. I gotta do some training before we go on this mission. I'm excited about getting back into it. Now, this mission that we're supposed to be getting into next week, the boss never mentioned it to me.
Yeah, he just brought it up last week and told me to tell you about it and get you ready.
It's absolutely strange. He didn't send me on a mission for almost 5 years, and all of a sudden now he wants to see me on this mission across seas with you?
Crazy.
Maybe he thinks I'm ready, who knows? We've been dragging it on following this truck for the last 10 miles. I'm bored now. You take the wheel! I think the small boss is behind us, you know, the fat one.
No shit, Sherlock. I mean, I think the whole room could have figured that one out.
Don't be sarcastic to me. I'm way too cute tonight.
Yeah, you definitely look amazing, but once again, you have a boyfriend, right?
Yeah, today, tomorrow, who knows if he calls. Why do you want to be my new?
That depends.
The boss is staring hard. Either he thinks I'm a spy or he thinks I'm hot. Which one do you think?
Well, it could be both, but I'm going for the spy part.
Debbie Downer. This is my song!
She's hot, but he definitely looks like a spy.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a spy, boss.
I think it's time to make our move. You totally gave us away. You blew our cover. Freeze, FBI! You are all under arrest. Don't move a single wink.
But you told me to freeze.
You know what I mean. No time to lose. You secure the engine room while I take the bridge.
Great job, partner.
Thank you.
How much are we getting paid for this?
$15,000 apiece.
Damn.
That's not even the best part.
What are you doing?
Oh, getting my 100 grand. It was 5 a.m. I had my feet on the desk, waiting for Data. I woke up and went, oh shit, I fell asleep a little bit. Come on, Data, I said, then I grabbed the flash drive and
Okay, guys, we're back, and that was my movie that is available on my channel right now. So when this is over, you can go and check that out. It's a really good movie, as you can see. And so we're sitting down with this lovely lady, and we're gonna be talking about her situation or her firing from the show, which was unfortunate for her. She was one of my favorites on the show.
Yeah.
I also really like Candy, which she also left the show, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I like Cynthia, but Cynthia is like wishy-washy for me. Also really like Nene Mimi, especially with her first season personality,
Yeah.
you know, through season 6, her and Kim situation. I really don't care for Kim, but I thought it was really funny. But I do really love Kate Michelle, that they brought Kate Michelle on, even though some of the fans don't really care for her on the show. What do you think? I like Kate Michelle too. I know you and Nene's relationship was quite rough at first. It's true, but we became friends towards the end. A lot of women with a lot of attitude. Yep, the attitude. Yep, I agree. It is a lot of women with a lot of attitude, and we just clash sometimes. Yeah, on the season that you were on, right? Yes. My season had a lot of powerful, opinionated women when I came on the show. Right. Yes, I cannot stand Portia or Phaedra. Yeah. I think that Prison Read was so weak, people think of iconic though. And I was so confused when she read you about that while being with a prison mate who is a felon. That made no absolute sense at all. Then they kick her off the show for what she did to Candy, just to turn around and bring her back. But then say yours was so bad that they could not bring you back. Favoritism much. So what exactly happened? Well, I was threatened for my life. She said that she was essentially holding a gun and that she had me, whatever that meant. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see all of that episode. Yes, it was crazy. We were going back and forth. She was new on the show, and the new girls always come with the drama. Yeah. So I'm assuming she couldn't take your read? Exactly. She couldn't take my read, so she got extra mad and wanted to threaten me, and I wasn't gonna tolerate that. Was that like an episode where you did that whole parade at someone's event? Yeah, it started like that, but then snowballed into something really big and she couldn't take. So what exactly was it about? I know it was like a pictures or something. Yeah, I already put up pictures that were pretty much on the internet. I just put them up. It wasn't damaging. Yeah, when I heard about it, I said other women have done worse. That's exactly what I said. There were other women that got physical. She wanted to get physical and threaten my life as well. Yeah. I'm just confused because you've done well on the show. You know, I said the same exact thing, but was treated like that. They were saying they didn't want me back and it was coming from the top. Do you feel like Andy was behind it? I don't really know. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't feel like he wanted me back either. Yeah, I'm so confused when it comes out to this show because they want you guys for y'all big personalities, and then when it's overboard, they fire you. Right? You know what I mean? It's just like, you want the Atlanta housewives to be ghetto, but when they are, it's like, it's too much. I absolutely agree. I'm not ghetto, but I absolutely agree. Do you feel like when you're needed, and then when I don't need you, it's done? I absolutely sometimes feel that way, yes, especially for the darker women. Yeah, I mean, because Nene was kicked off the show and said it was a bit of racism going on. Do you feel that way too? Yeah, I do, especially in my situation. You know, I mean, what did I actually do? Yeah, I mean, was that girl on OnlyFans? What did you get that from? I'm not 100% sure, but I think she did like adult content. I mean, otherwise, why would it be there? But they tried to make it seem like I outed her. Yeah, Nene and Kim fight with her trying to remove Kim's wig, and then I think it was worse than yours. You were threatened with a gun. Why? Why don't they see that as worse, you know? Yeah, I take all responsibility for that, and I apologize to the show. But I think it's crazy that I was still fired over that. What, you know, they feel I did that and I owned it. Yeah. You know, but at the end of the day, it wasn't like I did it and she didn't do anything to me. Yeah. But you've done this to other people, you know, and to the show itself. And the show found out later on how crazy she was. And I think Phaedra's situation with Kandi was far worse. She got fired but was brought back. So I just don't know. They played games with this certain franchise, which is Atlanta, you know, and it's wrong. Yeah. Did some of your co-stars reach out? Yeah, some. But I was surprised about certain other ones, especially ones that I were close to who believed I should have been fired. I was shocked by that. Was it Flip Flop, Cynthia? I'm not gonna say who it was, but what I will say is I was very disappointed that they didn't reach out, you know, and had so much to say when I was gone. Like, especially for an example with the whole Phaedra situation, she accused Kandi of doing certain things in the bedroom that was inappropriate, which they accused me of with the pictures. She was brought back, so make it make sense. And I honestly believed that I was gonna be brought back, you know, but I'm still shocked that I'm not on the show. Yeah. I love all the women that still are on the show and I support them. Yeah. I also believe that Claudia was really entertaining, but you know, Claudia did not stay around very long. Yeah. You know, even though she read the eyes out of Nene, especially K. Michelle, I think she's doing fabulous, you know, but who knows, she might not even be on next season because they such flip-flops, you know, they like you and then they get bored with you and then you're gone. But I'm doing other things, you know, I still have my hairline that's doing great, even though people think I don't pay my rent. That's absolutely not true. Yeah. They read into that severely. Andy being Andy. It should have been a black man doing this show. It's really unfortunate that it's a white man who kind of heavily produces this show and it's so biased, you know, with certain allegedly. But I guess my real question is, if they decide to bring you back, would you still go back on? And never say never. I don't know. You know, I don't really know, but I'll definitely let you know if I do. Well, thank you for coming on the show. When I started this version of the show, you were definitely one of the women that I thought I wanted to bring on this show. So thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. I hope you come back to the show if something big happens in the near future, for you come right back and let us know. I definitely will. Oh, I'm gonna close up the show, but before we go, we're gonna see the music video of the week, so let's see it right now. Yeah. This is one of my favorite songs, okay? And it's on iTunes and all streaming services right now. This song has a bigger message. Let's see if you can figure it out. Let's watch it right now.
Over the rainbow and to the butcher. Sometimes I wish I took her, but maybe I knew her. We should cut up, wood up, but here we are. What am I, some alien race? Trying to take me out of this space, it's a jaded place. I was never trying to stay, like I was asking for a place to lay. Time to change. The old man said that, and just like that, two gender and a flat. But if you feel perfect, why are you so fat? And just like that, over the rainbow and to the butcher. Sometimes I wish I took her, but maybe I knew her. We should cut up, wood up, but here we are.
Our prosperity. Let's make this town great again.
That you thought I needed acceptance. I thought you knew the way I'm set up. I'm ready to get
Fellow
up.
citizens,
Telling
I
me
raise
who
this
I
toast to our
should
bright
be.
future, one sip at a time.
Standing in line trying to catch the green. Worry about the gays, but I ain't acting a hella straight. All up each other's ass like a play date. Simon says I wanna play tic-tac-toe like the little orange man tantrums. They won't go just so slow. Can't go with the beat of your own drum. Follow the leader, clearly you've shown over the rainbow.
We must paint this town
prosperity. But maybe I knew her. We should could up, would up, but here we are. Glitter all over my rainbow, hit Lorraine. I need the shade, start a war. Oh, aren't you too old? Be restored. I'm here looking guilty, knowing you look filthy. Damn, the world is just so silly. Or is it just me? Where you get them votes from the Salvation Army? Should be counting those days, pushing 100, retire please. He's elderly.
We pledge to defend these values.
Well, look who decided to finally show up! What
Over the rainbow, into the butcher. Sometimes I wish I took her, but maybe I knew her. We should could up, would up, but here we are.
Well, hello there, my dear. What are you doing in my humble office?
Didn't y'all say Biden is too old? Maybe you should retire. Turn around and get the bitch who says you're fired. This shit is monopoly, just not for me. Can I get an out, please? Over the rainbow, and to the butcher. Sometimes I wish I took her, but maybe I knew her. We should could up, would up, but here we are.
Whoa! Boing, 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 boing!
Oh, Americans, a glorious new day has dawned.
Immediate, mandatory restriction.
Framing behind all my glass in a museum.
This place is so
Framing behind the walls of your despair. Cause they won't have me here. Beautiful on the outside, but all you want is the inside. Tasteful indeed, but can't bear to say she's a necessity. Throw me behind the wall to shield your life, because that's all you have is time. But keep this in mind, I'm not that bitch, stop wasting my time. Mannequin, not this bitch. Statue can never be that damn clever. Paint me on the wall, cause I'm going to be amused just for all. Listen up, cause I'm only gonna say this once. I don't need your acceptance. Not here, not now, not ever. While you're waiting for me to shed a tear and say poor me, what am I gonna do now? You better get in line, cause bitch is still waiting. You didn't decorate any of my independence. Fitting in with your red tie, feeling accomplished, feeling so high. This bitch will never die. Wait, 1, 2, 4, 5, ain't you 1209? Bitch, you bout to die, that ain't no threat, it's just time. Thinking I'm gonna feel a certain way, like my gender domain of your denial. This shit gonna take a while. It was in the biblical times, don't try to hide it. It's plain sight Dutch, leaving high doll, but it ain't my fault though. What can you expect from a dumbass hoe? No clues, don't you know? She don't read, she's just a hoe, and he sticks things in holes, don't you know? Didn't they say you were guilty? Is this something cause you're feeling filthy? Stop coming at me, cause bitch you know you really want me. Never said you could have me, cause I'm that statue in the museum like you told me. A bitch on display like a Monet, Angelina Jolie. Oh damn, what another day. I'm a statue sitting on display, pretty as can be, bitch don't hate. It's a Cheerio, oh hey. Loving myself, don't play, trying to take me out existence, hell no. It's in the history books, don't you know? And if you can't find it there, just look in the Bible. Oh no, oh no, I won't go. It's all for fun, you already know. Wink, wink. Wink, 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 wink.
sorry, guys. I couldn't do the other interview because we are way over our time, but I want to thank everyone for watching, and I will see you next week with an all-new episode. This week, we have the actor from Jack Reacher, Alan, on the show next week from the Amazon series. So come back next week. It's going to be fun. Bye, guys.
Disclaimer. The characters, celebrities, public figures, and other individuals portrayed or referenced in Late Night Show with Naomi are fictionalized representations created solely for entertainment purposes. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or deceased, is either coincidental, used in a clearly fictional, satirical, or parody context. No real person was harmed, endangered, or involved in the creation of this production. The events, conversations, scenarios, and portrayals presented are intended strictly for entertainment, creative storytelling, and audience enjoyment. This program is not intended to defame, misrepresent, harass, or harm any individual, organization, or group. Viewer discretion and understanding of the fictional nature of the content are appreciated. All rights reserved. Entertainment purposes only.